Imagine a fortune so vast, so unimaginable, that it would dwarf the wealth of every billionaire alive today. A king whose generosity plunged entire nations into economic chaos, whose empire glittered with gold, and whose journey across continents left an indelible mark on history. This isn't a myth. This is the true story of Mansa Musa, the Emperor of Mali, a man widely considered the richest human being to have ever lived. Yet his incredible saga, a testament to the power, sophistication, and enduring legacy of medieval Africa, remains largely unknown to many. Tonight, we unearth the forgotten golden age of West Africa and the extraordinary journey of the man who literally put his empire on the map. The unexpected rise from shadow to throne. Our story begins in the heart of West Africa, in the vibrant Mali Empire, around the year 1280. A child named Musa Keita was born. His early life, shrouded in the mist of time, held two compelling possibilities for his future. Some legends claim he was the true heir to Mali's royal household, destined to rule. But a more widely accepted account paints a different picture. Musa was a trusted and capable minister in the court of Mali's ninth sultan, Abu Bakr II. Abu Bakr II was no ordinary ruler. He was an adventurer, consumed by a grand, almost fantastical ambition to explore the vast, unknown expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. In 1312, he launched a massive expedition, sending 300 ships laden with soldiers and supplies into the churning waters, seeking to expand Mali's influence beyond the known world. Before embarking on this perilous voyage, the Sultan entrusted a crucial responsibility to his most reliable minister, Musa, appointing him as regent to govern the entire Mali Empire with the full authority of a king. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. The expedition vanished. Only one ship returned, its captain recounting a terrifying tale of a ferocious sea cyclone that swallowed the entire fleet. Abu Bakr II was never seen again, and so in 1312, with the throne suddenly empty, the trusted regent Musa stepped into the shoes of a king, becoming the ninth Mansa of Mali. This was a pivotal moment, as the line of succession traditionally followed the empire's founder, Sanjata. Musa's ascension marked the first time the throne passed to Sanjata's brother's lineage. The stage was set for an era unlike any before it, the architect of prosperity, conquests, and unity. Upon ascending the throne, Mansa Musa immediately turned his brilliant mind to a singular goal: maximizing the kingdom's revenue. The answer, he realized, lay in two of the most valuable commodities of the age: gold and salt. Mali was blessed with unimaginable reserves of these precious resources, producing nearly half of all the gold in the Old World during his era. Mansa Musa was a shrewd strategist and a formidable military tactician. He embarked on a series of calculated campaigns, attacking kingdoms that held vital gold and salt mines, such as Bambuk and Tagaza. His forces were immense, a standing army estimated at tens of thousands, including a fearsome cavalry. Through these conquests, Mansa Musa dramatically expanded the Mali Empire, incorporating 24 new cities and stretching its dominion over 2,000 miles. The empire's borders now reached from the Atlantic Ocean in the west to the Niger River in the east, encompassing vast swathes of modern-day Mali, Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Niger, and more. He understood that true wealth lay not just in possession, but in control. By strategically annexing cities like Timbuktu and Gao, he gained mastery over critical trans-Saharan trade routes, ensuring that a heavy tax was levied on every caravan that passed through his domain. This influx of wealth rapidly swelled the royal coffers, transforming Mali into an economic superpower. Beyond military might, Mansa Musa possessed a profound understanding of governance and social cohesion. Although Islam became the state religion, he was a remarkably tolerant ruler. He never outlawed other faiths, nor did he strictly enforce Quranic law as the sole law of the land, even presiding over traditional Mandinka rites. This approach fostered internal unity among diverse peoples and contributed to decades of peace and prosperity within the empire. He skillfully used Islam as an institution to bind his subjects together, making Mali not just rich, but also incredibly stable and influential. The Golden Spectacle, a journey that shook the world. By 1324, Mansa Musa had cemented his empire's power and wealth. But Mali, despite its immense riches, was largely unknown to the wider Islamic world and Europe. Mansa Musa, a devout Muslim, decided it was time to change that. He would undertake the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca, but it would be no ordinary journey. It would be a calculated spectacle, designed to announce Mali's arrival on the global stage. What followed was a procession of unimaginable opulence, a display that would echo through history for centuries. Mansa Musa's caravan stretched as far as the eye could see. It reportedly comprised 60,000 people, including soldiers, officials, entertainers, and a personal retinue of 12,000 slaves. Among them, 500 heralds, dressed in exquisite silks, bore golden staffs. Thousands of bags filled with gold and silver were carried. A staggering 80 to 100 camels, each laden with an estimated 300 pounds of gold dust, formed a glittering river of wealth flowing eastward. This was not just a religious pilgrimage. It was a moving advertisement for Mali, a statement of unparalleled power and devotion. As the caravan traversed the Sahara, stopping in cities like Walata and Tuat, Mansa Musa's generosity knew no bounds. He distributed handfuls of gold dust to the poor and passers-by. Legend says he ordered a new mosque to be built every Friday along his route, a testament to his piety and boundless resources. The most dramatic impact of his journey occurred in Cairo, then the largest gold market in the world. Mansa Musa spent and gave away such massive quantities of gold, even paying a poet 200 kilograms of gold, that he flooded the market, causing a financial crisis. The value of gold plummeted by 10 to 25%, and the local economy spiraled into hyperinflation, taking over a decade to recover across Egypt and the Middle East. This unprecedented event demonstrated the interconnectedness of medieval global economies and solidified Mansa Musa's legendary status as a man whose wealth could literally reshape markets. The sheer scale of his wealth meant he could control gold prices single-handedly, even if inadvertently. A golden age and enduring legacy. Mansa Musa's Hajj lasted for over a year. When he returned to Mali, he brought with him more than just tales of his journey. He brought a wealth of knowledge, scholars, and architects from the Islamic world, including the renowned Andalusian architect Abu Ishaq al-Sahili. He had a grand vision for his empire, to transform it into a beacon of Islamic learning and culture. Under his patronage, cities like Timbuktu flourished, becoming a global intellectual and commercial hub. He commissioned grand mosques, including the famous Jingareber Mosque, which still stand today. He also established a magnificent Islamic university, the Sankore University, attracting scholars and students from across the world, making Timbuktu a melting pot of ideas and a center for Islamic law, astronomy, and theology. Books, then luxury items, were not only written there, but imported from across the globe. The Mali Empire under Musa became urbanized, with schools and mosques in hundreds of densely populated towns. Musa's legacy extended beyond his empire's borders. News of his wealth and Mali's sophistication reached Europe, leading to his depiction on the 1375 Catalan Atlas, a significant medieval world map. This literally placed Mali, represented by Mansa Musa, holding a gleaming gold nugget on the map of the known world. He died around 1337 after a 25-year reign, possibly around the age of 57 or 58, which was considered a relatively advanced age at the time. It's plausible that he succumbed to natural causes or age-related illnesses common in that era. The physical and mental demands of ruling a vast empire, coupled with the exhaustive pilgrimage to Mecca, could have taken a toll on his health. Diseases prevalent in West Africa. Given the tropical climate of West Africa, diseases such as malaria were widespread. It's possible that Mansa Musa contracted an illness like malaria, which could have contributed to his demise. Potential health issues from diet. Some theories suggest that Mansa Musa's lavish lifestyle, including the consumption of sugar-rich foods during his pilgrimage, may have led to health complications such as diabetes. While this is speculative, it's considered a possibility by some scholars. Political intrigue and assassination theories. Another theory posits that Mansa Musa may have fallen victim to political intrigue or assassination. His immense wealth and power could have made him a target for rivals seeking control. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this claim. Lack of medical documentation. Medical knowledge during the 14th century was limited, and many illnesses were not well understood or documented. It's possible that Mansa Musa died from an illness that went unrecorded or was misattributed. In summary, while the exact cause of Mansa Musa's death is unknown, it's likely that a combination of age, potential illness, and the stresses of his responsibilities contributed to his passing. The absence of definitive records leaves room for speculation, but natural causes remain the most plausible explanation. This period is widely regarded as the golden age of the Mali Empire, Modern estimates of his wealth, adjusted for inflation, range wildly from $400 billion to $500 billion US, making him many times richer than today's wealthiest individuals. However, even a golden age can falter. Despite his immense achievements, Mansa Musa never established a clear succession plan. After his death, his son Maganai, who reportedly spent wastefully, ruled briefly before a period of internal conflicts, lavish spending by successors, and tumultuous succession cycles plagued the empire. Vassal states began to assert independence, and external pressures from rising empires like Songhai, coupled with the arrival of European maritime powers, gradually led to Mali's decline. The failure to adapt to new technologies, like firearms offered by the Portuguese, also became a critical missed opportunity. Conclusion: a legacy that still glitters. Mansa Musa was a complex figure, a devout Muslim who championed scholarship and built magnificent institutions, yet whose empire's immense prosperity was undeniably underpinned by a system of slavery. He was an imperialist who expanded his domain through conquest, but also fostered an era of unprecedented peace and cultural flourishing. His story reminds us that history is rarely simple, and its figures often embody profound contradictions. Yet, Mansa Musa's impact remains undeniable. He cemented Mali's place as a global power, transformed Timbuktu into a legendary center of knowledge, and played a crucial role in the spread of Islam across West Africa. His journey vividly illustrates the interconnectedness of medieval global systems, showing how actions in one part of the world could create profound economic ripple effects across continents. He stands as a powerful symbol of pre-colonial African wealth, sophistication, and influence, a testament to an era often overlooked in global narratives. Mansa Musa's legacy is a shining example of how visionary leadership, strategic investment in culture and education, and a profound understanding of global dynamics can propel an empire to unimaginable heights. His story challenges us to reconsider what we think we know about history, revealing a world where a black Muslim ruler could rightfully consider himself second to none. The golden age he ushered in, though eventually faded, left an enduring blueprint for power, piety, and prosperity that continues to resonate today. If this journey into the ancient world has captivated you, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because our explorations into history's greatest mysteries are just getting started. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning,